Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sri.
Just give me a minute, huh?
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hey, Mamta, good afternoon. Just give me a minute.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Good afternoon, Yamuna. Yamuna, are you there? Yamuna, your voice is not audible, Yamuna. I think you are on mute. Hi, Gnaneshwar.
Hi, good evening.
Thanks for joining. Yeah. Yamuna, I think you have to cross check.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But I had a discussion with Mamata and Uday. I think Yamuna, I think you will join today, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. I just want to know about your background at high level.
Sir, sorry, I didn't get you.
No, your background and uh, see, like your interest in this particular training?
Yes, sir. Actually, my name is Yamuna, and previously have worked in Linful, sir. I mean,
Uh-huh.
on Flutter, we have worked on web development, sir.
Okay. I got it.
Previously this one.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Graneshwar,
Yeah,
I just want to know about your background and at high level, Graneshwar. Just want to introduce yourself. Your introduction at high level, very high level. Okay, Gnaneshwar is having the issue, I think so. Krishna. Hey, Krishna. Ashwar Krishna. Krishna, are you there? Yashoda Krishna. So, your background, I can't hear you generally. Maybe you have to unmute yourself and talk. So, your background, I just want to know at high level, Krishna. Mic is not working. Is it same for all of you? Uday, Mamta, and Yamuna? You are able to.
yes. Am I
Yes,
audible?
sir. We are
Yes, sir,
audible,
you're
sir. I am
audible.
audible.
Okay. I don't know what happened to. So, okay, Krishna.
Sir, problem is from that side only, sir.
That's what I understood that. I just want to check with everyone. It's okay.
Yeah, okay,
Anyway,
sir.
we will start because we have some, as per Surya, I think 5 people who joined today. I think Dhaneshwar is, is joining, I think so. We have some problem while joining. It's okay. So we discussed about a high level introduction about the AWS data engineering, and Uday and Yamuna were part of that. So I will give one like a overview once again, and this is basically the training is dedicated for data engineering with AWS. Okay, so let me share my screen. Hope you are able to see my screen. Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we discussed about this. Mamta and Uday were part of the discussion. Anyway, I want to recap on today. So data engineering. So when I say data engineering, this term is not new because the data engineering people were doing since almost several years. Even if you go and see in 1980s and 90s, also people were doing. But the difference here is the people were using different tools. If you go and see 1980s, the data engineering was people used to perform through files initially, even before that, electronic files. So people used to store the data in files and they used to collect the data and they used to manipulate, but that was a tedious process because anytime I want to go and even search the data or I want to select and see the data, the tools were not helping. So people used to struggle. And even I want to get some data which is related data, it was not very tedious process to get it from files. And when you move to 1980s decade, the revolution in data side where databases started. The first database called DBase, which started in 1980s with a command line, and people started storing the data in the database. So DBase, the database which people used to store, and which became one of the very popular database in banking sector, and every bank started using that for their operations, and they started storing data, manipulate it, and select back and use that for daily data development activities. That DBase slowly captured the market. But when people were looking for a user-friendly environment, the DBase has been migrated to a graphical user interface, and people started using it with name FoxPro. A FoxPro database, which is a graphical user interface, that became very, very popular because of its GUI capabilities. Where if you go and see, when I go and compare the command prompt and Windows command prompt and Windows graphical interface, people definitely will be attracted to graphical user interface because that will save your time to avoid typing the commands. You people know, right? What is a command line interface and a graphical user interface? All of you? Everyone? Do you know what is a command line? Uday, Mamta?
Yes. Command.
We'll type commands. We'll need to type every command and you will get the response. Like Linux is a command prompt, right? We type the commands. Windows command prompt. If at all I want to write any code, also I need to type something with keyboard clearly. If I use a tool which will not required to type anything, then people will be definitely move to that tool. So the graphical user interface has been changed the world, and slowly people started using FoxPro, a database with the command line interface has been changed to graphical interface. The database has been changed in 1990s, early 90s, I can say. If you go and see, in the same early 90s, a new database came to the market with name Oracle. A Oracle database came with the foundation of this FoxPro and other databases, and it started giving high security and so many other features which are powerful than FoxPro on other databases. And slowly, Oracle captured the entire market and slowly pushed FoxPro back, and FoxPro went behind. And even later, this FoxPro has been acquired by Microsoft, and they built a Visual FoxPro also, but that was not successful. The Visual FoxPro was there, but in the competition between Oracle and FoxPro, Oracle won because of its security and other features. So Oracle became the one of the topmost database after that, and people started using this database for their daily database operations. And slowly, because of the success of Oracle, we got other databases also. We got like MySQL, Sybase. We got like SQL Server from Microsoft. We also got like other databases like Sybase came to the market, PostgreSQL. So many new databases came to the market. Some are open source, free of cost. Some are licensed. So people started using according to their comfort zone. And this has happened between 90s to 2000. The people extensively started using these databases and for their backend operations, and front end people used to go with some other like language like Java, C, C++ kind of languages. Till 2000, people were happy. Everything is going smooth. So everything going smooth, and when they started in early 2000s, when people started analyzing the data, the real-time databases started not providing. They were not providing the right analysis. You want to analyze the data, I need some data which is a data which should not change continuously. If you want to see real-time data, it will be keep on changing. If any go bank transactions, a customer transactions may change. So that started troubling the companies to build some reports and dashboards. So the analysis was not going smooth. The analysis was going wrong because that data today, whatever the data is, tomorrow it is getting changed. So the analysis is not going smooth. So people started thinking like, let us try to go for an alternative solution, separate the real-time data into one more historical database, only store historical data, not real-time data. Present data will daily will go and refresh and load into the another database. Maybe last 5 years data, 6 years data, let us load. Daily we'll go and incrementally load. And let us call that as a data warehouse. That is where the birth of data warehouse has been started. When you go and see in the early 2000s, you might have heard about this Informatica. Informatica was very popular from 2000 to 2010 decade, if you go and see. The Informatica ruled the entire ETL space. We also got other tools also like data stage, SSIS and BODS, but Informatica were the leader in ETL development. So many Informatica developers also emerged and they started using this particular Oracle or SQL Server databases, and they started building the enterprise level data warehouses, conventional data warehouse you call it as. And they started using, on top of the data warehouse, the reporting tools also became popular to generate reports like crystal reports, business objects, MicroStrategy, SSRS. These kind of tools also became popular to generate business intelligence reports. And this data also was only structured data. Structured means rows and columns, which is stored in the relational database. So data engineering, which was happened in the databases with some programmatic way using PLSQL or some kind of like language, that has been slowly changed to the tool-based interface called ETL tools. ETL tools became popular to extract, transform, and load. So this is where Informatica and other tools gave the provision to the enterprise companies to build their enterprise level data warehouses, but the database was either Oracle or SQL Server. These two were the very popular databases. And when you are loading the data also into these data warehouses, the data warehouse people start use it to refresh on a batch processing. Batch means every day or weekly or daily, people used to go and run a batch job to refresh the data warehouse from the real-time data on a daily basis after business hours. So this was happening for almost up to 2000 to 2010 decade. And companies started using these relational databases and Informatica together and other tools together. So they started building enterprise level data warehouses, which are called conventional data warehouses also. That is how the evolution of data warehouse has been started. Even I migrated from Oracle database development to, I moved to the Informatica only. So that is how the revolution happened. And slowly what happened? After 2010, there was a big revolution in the data, and there the data growth suddenly increased. I hope Uday and Mamta knows. I want others to answer. What was the reason for high data growth suddenly? I want answer except from Uday and Mamta. Others. Yamuna. Any guess why the data suddenly increased? After 2010, why the data was suddenly increased? Any idea? Yamuna? Are you there, Yamuna? Gnaneshwar or Krishna? You can also answer. Mamta and Uday know. What is the reason for high data growth suddenly after 2010? Yamuna, are you there? Yamuna, I can't hear you. Or Gnaneshwar?
Technology is increased due to high users are
Okay.
having data.
Agree. Very good answer. Any other answers from Krishna? Any answer, Krishna? It's okay. It should not be a right answer. Huh? Whatever, you know. Why suddenly data has been increased? Maybe Uday, you and Mamata, you can answer also. If you remember, what was the reason for sudden data growth?
The birth of social media,
Very
basically.
good. Correct. Social media.
Smartphones also.
Exactly. Very good. Correct. Smartphones, internet usage, social media. Correct.
Internet usage, social
Mainly social media. Correct. No? Social media became one of the main reason, right? Suddenly we got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, so many like TikTok, so many tools came to the market, applications, and everybody will have mobile, internet. Let us upload a video or a document or an image. So this caused a high data growth. Suddenly data got increased, and companies also became clueless. Hey, how to load this much amount of data? Suddenly the data is increased. So traditional databases are designed for only structured data, rows and columns, but we are getting so much unstructured data here, which is like videos and documents. They are not structured, unstructured data, and people also start experiencing semi-structured data like JSON files and Avro files, Parquet files. Also, these are also new type of files came to the market. So when people started thinking about these kind of different file formats and a huge amount of data, then big data came into the market. Hadoop with MapReduce and also HDFS. These two frameworks started capturing the market. They started helping the data engineers to build enterprise level big data warehouses. A data warehouse has been converted to big data warehouse because of the data volume, varieties of data, high velocity. The traditional databases, since they are not able to support, people slowly started moving to big data environments. Even I moved to big data when I was working MasterCard. I was working as a ETL Informatica developer, but I also migrated and switched to big data that time in 2011 and 12. Because the market is moving, so I also moved. I learned the technologies and I converted the MasterCard consolidated data warehouse to big data warehouse. And the same big data warehouse has been converted to big data lake later. So a data warehouse and data lake, the difference between both of them is a data warehouse will store only historical data, maybe last 5 years data. But when I talk about big data lake, it will also store present real-time data as well as live data plus historical data both. Now the market is running behind big data lakes, that too in the cloud environment. As a data engineer, you also will go and build a big data lake in the AWS cloud. That is what we are going to learn as part of this training also. So people who wants to work on this big data warehouse or big data lakes also, they need to know Java, MapReduce. These are all very important in early 2012-13 this time. Because a big data environments give a provision. Just 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute. Okay, sorry guys. So a big data lake will be helpful when you are building real time when you go and see the big data is started helping people to use this big data environments to build real time applications, and that real time applications like credit card fraud detection engines, and then money laundering transaction engines. And the kind of applications they started helping. So we as a data engineers need to think about how to build this big data lake. But however, when a company is ready to use these particular technologies also, everybody started using this like big data tools, but the problem with this big data environment is to maintenance is not easy. So maintenance is not easy, and many tools have to learn. These many tools, if I ask you to learn, you will not be ready, correct? No? Will you be ready to learn all these frameworks?
Yes.
So we need to go and learn these technologies, means you will not be ready. You will not be ready, and so people started experiencing, developers start experiencing big challenge to learn these many frameworks. Even when I was learning, even I experienced very tough time to learn this many to build any big data environment. And apart from this, a company also, they want to maintain. This is not easy because maintenance is very hard, patching, upgrading is hard, performance requires manual intervention. These are all very, very important. So maintaining a big data environment requires a Hadoop administrator. A Hadoop administrator should be available. Hadoop administrator is required because they are very costly also that time. Even if you go and see a Hadoop administrator who will maintain big data environment, they are very, very costly. Hiring a separate big data team also not easy for a company. So this every company was facing challenges in maintaining big data environments, and every developer also, even big data was giving so many options and solutions. This maintenance or infrastructure problem was happening. Even if I want to go and ask a person who is in data warehousing to convert to big data engineer, even they were not ready because there is a high learning curve also. I need to learn so many frameworks. So that is where mainly the infrastructure problems have been people were facing. These cloud tools started addressing them. AWS, which started in 2006 with the two frameworks or two services, it gave so many other services, up to 200 services now, and in that we have some data services also. So AWS cloud started providing data services to maintain even the big data cluster. I want to create, I can create within 5 to 10 minutes using a service called EMR. EMR is a service in big data environment, AWS environment, to create a big data cluster. The same thing in like on physical server, a Hadoop administrator wants to create, it may take a day also sometimes. So many configurations required. I need to buy a server, download the software, install it, configure it, user management, many things you have to do. All these are important. So AWS, when they started, their intention is provide infrastructure as a service. You see here, this one. The AWS start providing data as a service, database as a service, storage as a service, everything they start giving as a service, including they started giving a big data cluster as a service also, so that they can eliminate the hiring of the big data team and save the cost also. I can create my big data cluster within 5-10 minutes. I do not need a Hadoop administrator also. So this particular features, they started providing data services, and even Azure came later, GCP came later, and they also started providing the similar kind of services. And as a data engineering team, we need to go and get data from multiple sources, structured, semi-structured, quasi-structured, unstructured data, and push into a big data environment, which is in the cloud now, and then perform some kind of ETL, and ETL became ELT. ETL, which was people using like Informatica and all, extract, transform, load has been changed to extract, load, and transform because of the big data volume, variety, and velocity. So first we'll go and extract and load it, and then we'll go apply transformations. That is how the market has been changed slowly. And the same data will be utilized by many different consumers here, like business intelligence report teams, data science teams, dashboard teams. So many people, analytics teams will use the data which we are going to build. So enterprise level data warehouse, which is basically whatever you see, this is the general enterprise level data warehouse with Informatica and other tools. So you can see what are the different sources here. Different sources. We are using ETL, and then we are pushing into a operational data store. From there, we are pushing into a data warehouse, and this is divided into multiple data marts here. Means each data mart is a subset of this, and which will be used by different teams, maybe finance team, IT team, admin team. So people will divide like that also. A data warehouse will be further divided into multiple groups so that the particular team can use it. So that is how the data warehouse was people used to build. But when you come and see in the big big data and modern data platforms, you will have a ELT. Here what? ETL, but it changed to now ELT. And earlier only batch processing with structured data was happening. Now batch and stream is happening, unstructured data, all type of data. It is a combination of both. Data warehouse plus data lake. And data is coming from different sources here. You can see too many different devices, real-time social media data also, sensor data, IoT sensor data from manufacturing plants, weblogs, devices, application devices like every mobile data. So many different applications are sending data, and which is capturing in two different ways, and push into data lake, push into data warehouse, and club them and create one particular interface. And this particular data, whatever you see, this is the source of data for all this. These are the consumers. So my data platform now has changed to this particular approach. Data sources, you can see data sources, data ingestion layer where you load structured or other types of unstructured, semi-structured, and quasi-structured data, and then storage will be maintained in the cloud now, cloud storage. Example, you can call it as a Redshift service, Redshift database in AWS environment. That will be used for the data warehouse. And in the EMR will be used for the data lake. And the data once has been loaded, we will go and use the processing can be done. Big data will be processed using the EMR cluster, and SQL based ELT approach can be done through Redshift SQL queries. Near real-time ETL also can be done through, we have a service called Kinesis in AWS. And once my data is processed, I can use so many tools like Athena for interactive query engine, business intelligence for AWS QuickSight, machine learning, we have SageMaker in AWS. So AWS environment contains all the services to build whatever you want. I do not even need to go out of AWS. That is the main power of AWS environment. So a data warehouse will be database oriented. A data lake is a file oriented. Database is basically relational data tables will be relational means rows and columns. Table will be having a relations, primary key foreign key relation. And then data should be ingested. You need to strictly follow some kind of approach which you need to load the data. You have to integrate the data, and you also need to maintain the data quality, and finally use for the business dashboards. The same thing in matured here, but you will have some kind of like uh, loose integration and loose ingestion and all. You do not need to worry about. Is it clear? Clear one? Any questions till now? Is it clear? I'm asking a question.
Clear, sir.
So if you see, these are all the different services. See, data sources are coming from different locations. Core banking system data, relational database, payment gateway, API logs, mobile app activity, real-time activity using a Kinesis application will capture that. Third-party credit data and all will be S3. All this data we are trying to combine. See, this particular arrows we are combining, means we are integrating all this together, and then we are using. There are different services for ingesting, like data migration service DMS, or Kinesis for real-time data, and then Kafka. So all these together will try to load. Ingesting means loading, and whatever the data we are loading, we are trying to push into a raw data zone, which is a S3 bucket here. And from this particular raw data zone S3 bucket, we push into another S3 bucket. This is also like a S3 service. So if you observe here, most of them are AWS services only. We are not going outside of AWS here. We are implementing end to end using AWS. Your data engineering you are doing through AWS services here. And finally, you are using, for example, if you observe here, machine learning and AWS SageMaker fraud detection model where the ML team is using. And some teams is using a Amazon QuickSight for dashboard development, the same data, the processed data. Whatever the data you process using ELT, extracted, loaded, and then you are applying the transformation here. The transformed data we are using for, see, you are transforming here. Can you see that? We are transforming the data, and then the transformed data we are using here for analytics, like Redshift data warehouse for or Athena or a QuickSight. These are all for analytics, query analysis. And Amazon Athena is also one service for query analysis. Amazon QuickSight for dashboard development. Hope you are getting, everyone. But we are going to learn most of the services. We will learn like S3. We will learn about Redshift. We will learn EMR. We will about Glue. Glue is a service for ETL, serverless ETL. Just like Informatica, what Informatica do, Glue will do. EMR, this is what I was talking about, big data cluster, Spark cluster. QuickSight, it is just like a dashboard like Tableau, Power BI. Athena, just you go and query the data, run some SQL queries. Redshift, just like a Oracle database, we have a Redshift database. And then we have like Kinesis for real-time processing. In on-premise, we have Kafka. So in AWS cloud, the same can be achieved through a Kinesis service. I want to identify fraud transactions in my credit card. I need to capture them real time. Can I go and tell after 1 week? The bank, your credit card, you lost and someone is using it, and after 1 week, the bank came and informed you that there are some transactions happened. A fraud transactions happened in your credit card, and will you accept it or no? Will you guys accept? Are there after 1 week some the bank will come and inform you there are some fraud transactions happened? Will you accept or you will fight? Why didn't you block those transactions immediately? Correct? No? Yes or no? Everyone.
Yes.
So we need to have a real-time capturing service also. That is where Kinesis will do. A Kinesis service will capture the real-time videos, real-time transactions, real-time data. So fraud detection, whatever my model required, this data only. Because the fraud transaction detection which will be people use it to perform will be on the real-time credit card transactions or real-time money laundering transactions, all this stuff. I cannot go and say after 1 week there is a money laundering, correct? No? Yes or no? That is not correct, no? I should go and immediately flag it. Because they are all risky transactions. Fraud transactions also. So I should use Kinesis kind of service to capture that and then process it and then go and use it for finding the fraud transactions, and then we can go and push into a dashboard also finally, so that people can review these are the fraud transactions and they can immediately block them. I hope you are following, everyone.
Yes, sir.
We need to learn on building similar kind of applications using all these AWS services, and we are going to learn these services one by one. Why I need S3 bucket, this one. Why I need DMS, why I need Kinesis, why I need EMR, why I need Glue, why I need Redshift or Athena or QuickSight. And I also will explain about the basic services like IAM, EC2 also. And why a SageMaker also, I will try to explain you why it required, why people are using SageMaker. So our job is here to integrate all together and build a real-time data lake. Does it make sense, everyone? What we are going to learn? What is the prerequisite for this? We should know SQL is a foundation, Python is a foundation. So to maintain EMR cluster, I should know PySpark. So to learn PySpark, you should know Python or SQL, both required. So we are going to learn from tomorrow. We are going to learn SQL and Python. First SQL and then Python. But I want everyone to create a AWS free account by tomorrow. I will share this PPT and a document, everything today. There will be a Google Drive. If you please share me your emails, then I can go and give an access to the Google Drive where you will see documents as well as this recording video, and then if needed any hands-on scripts assignments also will be in that Google Drive with the daily folder. Please ping your email IDs in the chat, everyone, so that you will get access.
Sir, personal email IDs or company mail IDs?
It may be Gmail will be good, but I don't think. Just wait for it. Let me check with Surya. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I'll check with Surya, and what he will say, we'll see. And if he will say they will create a Google Drive, then I'll upload into that. That will be better, right?
Yeah, sure.
Let me check with him and confirm. Okay. But please wait for maybe you will receive for today, maybe through email, all the documents. Okay.
Yes.
If from tomorrow onwards, I'll check with Surya and I'll confirm. And if he's okay, I will ask him to collect your email IDs, and then I'll try to upload on a daily basis.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anyway, I just want to discuss about all these services today. If you observe here, data collection and storage, these are all the services. S3, Kinesis, like RDS also is there for database servers in the cloud, and RDBMS databases, and DynamoDB for NoSQL databases like MongoDB and all we can use, and event processing like real time and processing, I have Kinesis, and ETL we have Glue, and then any serverless code execution we have Lambda, and for data processing whatever we are going to load we use EMR is one particular service for big data processing, Glue for ETL, and then machine learning services we can use by using the SageMaker and all. And finally, for data analytics, on top of the data which you processed and brought, we will use either Redshift or Pixel or Athena according to the requirement. I hope everybody got some clarity. We are going to learn all these services, all these services one by one. And interactive analytics, if at all I want to perform, I need to use all these, I need to integrate by using this particular S3 or data, the AWS Lake formation, and processing we are doing with some services here, and finally we are using this data for our data warehousing analytics also. So whatever you see, most of the services you will learn one by one. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Any questions? Any questions you can ask. General questions also. Any general questions is fine. You even understood, right? What the importance of AWS data engineering now?
Yes, Sri. I have a question actually.
Go ahead.
So whatever the resources we are creating, or whatever the data we are giving, everything or every work will be done within the AWS
AWS,
environment.
correct. In the AWS only. So
Okay.
you have to create a AWS free account.
Okay. So whatever the resources or whatever the
Correct.
sources which were shown in this picture
Correct.
now,
Whatever you see here, whatever, for example, here.
for these everything will be for free of use, or
Almost
for
90% will be free. Anything that is like billing will be calculated. It's a very limited, not like much.
Okay.
You can check with Surya. Surya also can create. They also can support you to create an account, right? Yes or no? If you feel any like services that are chargeable, you check with Surya.
Yeah, actually, I'm not from the Surya side.
Okay.
I came with another person. So just
Whoever it
checking
is.
that one.
Whoever it is.
Oh, okay.
Whoever it is, you just check with them to if that particular service required any additional charges, you ask them, no?
Yeah, no issue. Just to know
Why? Because
if it is.
why? Because in enterprise level, the company will pay. But
Okay.
from personal side means we need to take some time.
Just for learning purpose also.
Yeah, correct.
If it needs to be paid,
Definitely.
I just need to.
Because for example, Kinesis they may charge you. That you are very good question. Because Kinesis they may charge you. So EMR cluster also they may charge you, but very limited. It's not that much.
Okay. As
By
we are
learning, at least for learning
stage.
purpose, it may require, but not that much. Very limited.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. But what you have to understand, keep the services always stopped. Don't keep running.
Mm-hmm.
When you keep running, you are chargeable. Correct? No?
Yeah, yeah, correct, correct.
If I started a Redshift cluster and I forgot about it, gone.
Mm-hmm.
Very careful. You need to stop it or delete it.
Okay.
You delete
Basically,
that.
deleting is the best option.
Best option always. Correct. Delete it.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Don't keep any. But EC2 server if you created, for example,
Mm-hmm.
Linux server. If you are not using it, terminate it. Simple.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Is this for everyone? Huh? So I'll guide you anyway. But I'm just keep giving you some like advanced alert that whenever you are using this kind of cloud services, we should be very careful. Enterprise level, company level, they will pay. But when you are learning, always keep in mind that the services, some services may required after some free tier is completed, they will charge you. So you need to be very careful and use the free tier in a best optimal way. Correct, no?
Yes. Okay.
So always try to learn in the free tier coverage, whatever required. Anything additionally required, that is okay. Since you are learning, they may charge very limited like charges only, not like we are, since you are going to learn, you will learn with some decent amount of data only, not like too much high data also. Because we are, there's no, the AWS will charge in different ways. Storage services, S3 they will charge according to storage cost per terabyte. For Glue, they charge according to the processing, how much data you are processing. For Lambda also, they'll charge according to the time you are executing the code. DynamoDB also, how much amount of data you are storing. So you have to understand. Athena, how much amount of data you are query scanning, they'll charge you like that. You got it right? What I'm trying to say?
Yes.
When you're learning a service, learn how the service also going, how it is going to be charged. That is important. That anyway, I'll try to cover how they are going to charge and what is the method of charging also while you are learning the service. But you have to understand. I hope everybody is following. Namata, Yamuna, Gnaneshwar, and Krishna.
Yes, sir.
So when you are learning, please keep in mind that your services, whatever you are using, should be tracked by yourself. If you don't track, again you have to pay. Whatever the like account you added, they will ask for your confirmation and I will deduct from that account. So while creating the account, they may ask you to add a debit or credit card. Just add it for the identification. Just for identification only, they will go and use it. Is it clear, everyone? So
Yes.
from tomorrow, we will start learning about mainly SQL part first. MySQL database. Let us learn about MySQL database because which is a foundation, and we learn about some basics and advanced SQL first. And once after we complete that, we'll move to the Python, basic and advanced, and then we start learning about AWS services one by one. After that, make sense?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Sir,
Any
daily
Yes,
only
sir.
1 hour or 2 hours, sir?
first, let us go with 1 hour for some time, okay?
Yeah, okay, sir.
So from maybe this week, I'll go with 1 hour initially. Maybe next week onwards, I'll try to see. Maybe we'll go with 2 hours, okay?
Okay, sir.
Because usually I'll go with 1 to 1.5 hour to 2 hours time only. But I for this week, let us go initially for 1 hour because you
Okay,
also
sir.
need some time to understand the things, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I cannot go and feed everything in your mind on same day.
I see.
Initially, I want you to understand the things. Basics, I'll go with some 1 hour is fine. And when you start going for learning the things and hands-on and all, we need to speed up. Then
Yes.
I want you to even focus more, and I want you to even go for parallelly work with me by opening your laptop also sometimes. You got it right?
Yeah, yes, I got it.
So I will tell you when to do that. But this week we'll go with for 1 hour session for some time. Maybe the next week onwards I'll speed up the things because I
Yeah.
want you to understand the basics strong. So by tomorrow, everyone has to create your AWS free account. I hope everybody is following. You will receive the document on how to create AWS account, and I want everyone to create a free AWS account and keep it ready. When I log in, I want everyone to also log in. And then to run some SQL queries, also tomorrow annual guide. Tomorrow I'll share one more document, or today itself I'll share. If you have time, try to install MySQL database communities edition plus MySQL Workbench 2 softwares. There's a document for even for that also. So I advise you to create a MySQL database also installed in your laptop. Maybe that will save your time. So what you have to do today?
Create AWS account and install MySQL.
Correct. Very good. Simple. For both, you will receive 2 documents. Follow that and create.
Okay.
And tomorrow we will start SQL and be ready, be active, and learn fast and learn with passion. Okay? It's okay?
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Okay, then. That's all for today. And please wait for maybe Surya or someone. Uday, because I only interact with Surya because I don't know with whom you are interacting, and
Yeah,
you
sure,
can
sure.
check
That's
with.
not an issue. That person will contact me, or I will contact them.
Yeah, please do. Please do, because whatever the coordination required, maybe you need to check with them because.
Yes, yes. I got it. Yeah, no
Yeah. Okay.
issues. Yeah, got it.
Anything else? If you have any questions and all, you can ask tomorrow also. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay then. Thank you so much, team. Take care.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you.